Meredith Gorman here at Gillette Stadium. The Patriots just finished their Wednesday practice, and I'm joined with our Patriots beat writer, Zack Cox. And Zack, big week in Patriots land because although Bill Belichick won't admit it, he says instead that Mac Jones is day-to-day after he suffered that high ankle sprain on Sunday. It's pretty clear that Brian Hoyer will be starting for the Patriots in Green Bay this weekend. How confident are you in Hoyer starting games for the Patriots? I know he's been a veteran. He's been around the league. He's been in this system for a while, but obviously, like he said, it's a new offense every year. What do you think is going to happen there?
Yeah, based on everything we've seen and heard this week, it would be a pretty major surprise if Mac Jones is behind center for the Patriots this Sunday in Green Bay. It will most likely be Brian Hoyer, who Bill Belichick confirmed will start this game if Jones can't. As you mentioned, Brian Hoyer, he's a veteran. He's 36 years old, 14th season in the NFL, knows the Patriots offense better than probably anybody in this organization right now outside of Bill Belichick. So the knowledge is there. The institutional knowledge certainly is there. The success on the field as a starter has not been there for him in quite a while. He's 0-11 in his last 11 starts. Last time he started a game and won was exactly 6 years ago to the date of this Sunday, so it was way back in 2016. So it's been quite a while since he's won a game as a starter. Last time he started a game for the Patriots back in 2020 when he had to fill in for Cam Newton in that game in Kansas City. Made some pretty dire mistakes in that game, ended up getting benched. Important thing to note, though, that week, he found out Saturday morning that he was starting that game, and the Patriots were running a very different offense that was kind of shaped and tailored to Cam Newton's needs. This week, he'll have a full week of first-team reps, we would presume, a full week of preparation in an offense that is much more suited to his skill set. So those are some checks in the positive column for sure for Brian Hoyer going into this game.
Yeah, back in the Cam Newton COVID days, I believe. But if you look at Brian Hoyer in general, if Mac Jones ends up missing time or getting placed on IR, do you see Hoyer being a viable starter for the Patriots for potentially even a huge chunk or the rest of the season?
That's so hard to say just based on those starting stats that I just mentioned.
Yeah.
Brian Hoyer should be a guy that you can plug in and say, all right, he's a veteran. He's not going to really make the mistakes that are going to lose you games. He's probably not going to go out and win you many games, but he can kind of hold down the fort. That's not what he was in that game against Kansas City 2 years ago. And if we see that same Brian Hoyer, I can't see him being a long-term solution for the Patriots this season if Mac Jones has to miss 6, 7, 8 games, which the timeline on that we're still not sure. If he can be the Brian Hoyer we've seen in the preseason and in some of the instances where he's come in garbage time and in training camp, then yeah, I think the Patriots can kind of tread water enough with Brian Hoyer at quarterback until Mac Jones can come back. But again, that just hasn't been the Brian Hoyer we've seen in games in quite some time.
Yeah, so Sunday will be a good litmus test of where Hoyer is at in terms of if he can, sustain the long haul as the starter for the Patriots. If Mac ends up missing time, of course, Bill Belichick really not revealing anything, just saying Jones is day-to-day.
Not officially ruled out yet for Sunday.
Yeah.
So.
And here it is Wednesday.
Yeah.
But looking at the Patriots injury report in general, of course, Mac Jones did not participate today. Jacoby Myers still listed. Who else is notable on the list? And also, do you see Myers coming back for the game on Sunday?
I spoke with Myers after practice. He said he's definitely progressing in the right direction as he comes back from that knee injury that was really nagging him for a couple of weeks before it ended up keeping him out of that Ravens game. He's basically saying, he told me he's just trying to convince the coaches that he can play this weekend. So whether or not he'll be successful in that remains to be seen, but does seem like he is trending in the right direction for sure. Probably the biggest name on that injury list other than Mac Jones is Lawrence Guy, veteran defensive tackle, left the Ravens game the other day with a shoulder injury, did not practice today. So he is not on that positive track to potentially play this week. Maybe we see him come back on the field Thursday or Friday, but that would be a significant loss for the Patriots because Guy is a guy that they've been able to kind of stick in and not really worry about over the last 5-6 years. Since he joined the Patriots back in 2017, Patriots have had 84 games. Guy has played in 82 of them and started 80 of them. So this is a guy that's really been a stalwart on that defensive line and going to be a big loss if he's not able to be out there on Sunday.
That is for sure. And the Patriots defense will need all the help they can get in Green Bay this weekend, going up against Aaron Rodgers and that Packers offense, coming off a big win over the Bucs in Week 3. But what are you thinking about the Green Bay Packers? I mean, listen, they've lost a few offensive weapons this past offseason. Devontae Adams goes to Vegas, but Aaron Rodgers and the Packers still look pretty good. What are the biggest challenges they'll bring to the table?
Yeah, you obviously have Aaron Rodgers, one of the best quarterbacks in NFL history over there, so that's certainly going to be a big challenge for this Patriots defense, especially that secondary. His supporting cast of pass catchers, I would say, is weaker than it has been in the past. There's certainly nobody even approaching Devontae Adams in this Packers offense right now. You've got Alan Lazard, you've got guys like Romeo Doubs, Sammy Watkins there. There's some talent and some players who have had some pretty big games so far this season, but certainly not that A-plus number one type pass catcher like you had with Adams there for so many years. But this is a very talented rushing attack in Pittsburgh, which is another reason why it would really be a pretty big loss if the Patriots aren't able to have Lawrence Guy to help shore up that defensive line. You've got A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones in that backfield, and if the Packers can get that rolling and kind of take the pressure off some of their younger and less experienced pass catchers, I think that's really going to play in Green Bay's favor in this game.
For sure, and hopefully we'll have more news on Mac Jones' status before Sunday. I mean, you can pretty much guarantee that we will at this point, right?
Yep. I mean, we would hope so. That would help us, but you never know. Bill Belichick may keep this up in the air until the team flies to Green Bay. You never know.
All right, well, Zach will have all the Patriots updates coming your way from Green Bay this weekend. Have so much fun, Zach. Thanks for your time, and have some cheese curds for all of us here in Boston.
Very excited for the cheese curds. Can't wait.